This is one of those gaming PCs that immediately tries to position itself as a no-hassle entry into high-performance gaming, and on paper it actually has a pretty interesting mix of components that makes it stand out in the crowded pre-built market. At the center of this system is the Ryzen 7 5700X, a proven 8-core 16-thread processor that still holds strong for gaming and productivity workloads in 2026, even with newer chips on the market. What matters here is not just peak performance but consistency, and this CPU is known for delivering stable frame rates in modern games while also handling background tasks like streaming, recording, and multitasking without choking. Paired with it is the RTX 5060 with 8GB of GDDR7 memory, and this is where things start to feel more modern. You are getting support for DLSS 4, which changes how this GPU performs in real gaming scenarios, because instead of relying purely on raw horsepower, it leverages AI upscaling to push higher frame rates while maintaining visual clarity. In practical terms, that means smoother gameplay in demanding titles without needing to drop settings aggressively, especially at 1080p and 1440p resolutions where this system is clearly aimed. Most modern AAA games will run comfortably at high or ultra settings depending on optimization, and esports titles will obviously fly with very high frame rates. Moving into memory, you get 16GB of DDR4 running at 3200 MHz. This is the current baseline for gaming systems, and while it is not flashy, it is still effective. It allows you to run modern games, browser tabs, voice chat apps, and background recording software without immediate bottlenecks, although heavy creators or mod-heavy gamers may eventually want to expand beyond this. Storage is handled by a 1TB NVMe SSD, and this is one of the most important quality of life upgrades in any modern PC. Boot times are nearly instant, games load quickly, and system responsiveness stays consistently fast even when the drive is partially filled. For most users, 1TB also strikes a decent balance between space and cost, giving room for a solid library of modern titles before needing upgrades. Design-wise, this build leans heavily into the modern gaming aesthetic. A tempered glass side panel shows off the internal components, while ARGB fans provide customizable lighting that adds visual depth without necessarily affecting performance. The airflow design is not just cosmetic either, because thermal management plays a big role in sustained performance, especially during long gaming sessions. A cooler system generally means more stable clocks and less performance throttling over time, and this setup is clearly designed with that in mind. Another key advantage here is that it comes Wi-Fi ready out of the box. That means no immediate need for Ethernet cables or additional adapters, which makes setup much easier for users who just want to plug in, connect, and start gaming. And that brings us to the biggest selling point of this entire system: convenience. Because while building your own PC can sometimes offer better value or customization, it also requires research, compatibility checks, troubleshooting, and time. This system removes most of that friction by arriving pre-built, pre-tested, and ready to go. For someone entering PC gaming for the first time, or upgrading from an older machine or console, that simplicity matters a lot. Performance-wise, this is positioned as a strong 1080p gaming machine with enough overhead to push into 1440p depending on the title and settings. It is also capable of handling streaming and light content creation workflows, making it a flexible option for users who want more than just gaming. However, like most pre-builts in this category, there are trade-offs to keep in mind. The 16GB RAM configuration is functional but not future-proof for heavy multitasking workloads, and enthusiasts may eventually look to upgrade. And while the GPU is modern and efficient, long-term performance expectations should still be aligned with mid-range hardware rather than high-end enthusiast tier. But taken as a complete package, the balance here is solid. You are getting a modern GPU architecture, a reliable multi-core CPU, fast NVMe storage, and a design that is ready for plug-and-play use without extra setup complexity. So the real question is not whether this system is powerful. It is whether you want something that works immediately without the building process, and for a lot of users, that is exactly the point. If that sounds like what you are looking for, you can check the link in the description for more details and current pricing.